And people we spoke to here say that there is a sense of worry and anxiety. And if it's any indication, the most downloaded app at the moment is the app that shows you where the closest air raid shelters and bunkers are to your location and the capital. So there is that sense that people are feeling that they need to have monitor what's happening carefully and be prepared.
An update to that story is that we can tell you, according to the news wires coming into us, that the Chinese military are continuing drills in 3 zones around Taiwan this morning. We will, of course, be keeping a close eye on that developing situation and bring you any updates as and when we can. We understand that those drills are taking place to the north, the southwest and the east of Taiwan. We can look now at some of the day's other headlines. And police have launched a murder investigation after a 15-year-old boy was stabbed to death in North London. Officers were called to Highbury Fields in Islington just before 9 o'clock last night. The boy was treated at the scene before being taken to hospital, where he later died. President Biden has described the sentencing of US basketball star Brittany Griner as unacceptable. The 31-year-old has been convicted of drug possession and smuggling in Russia and sentenced to 9 years in jail. That's after police found cannabis oil in her luggage. A prisoner swap was proposed, which could have resulted in Griner's release, but it was refused by Russia. The family of Breonna Taylor have welcomed the US Justice Department's decision to charge 4 Louisville police officers over the drug raid that led to her death. The 26-year-old medical worker was killed in her home in a botched raid in 2020. The case sparked nationwide protests. You're watching Sky News Today. Coming up, the devastating impact a deadly variant of avian flu is having on bird populations across the world.
Welcome to Gabby Dave Global. We are a UK-based online e-commerce store, the first of its kind with license to trade in African products. Some of the products are clothing brands and all beauty accessories, hair and beauty brands, natural aphrodisiacs, processed and dried unprocessed food. Our mission at Gabby Dave is to connect African and Caribbean businesses to customers globally. At Gabby Dave, we ensure our sellers get the best deal for their products. We are not just here to help you reach a wider audience. We are also a distribution center to support business growth by fulfilling orders to your customers from our warehouse, making sure customers receive their products on time. We are inviting all Black-owned businesses to trade on our platform because we strongly believe Africans have a unique brand the customer would appreciate globally. So get in touch today and let us make your product and business go far. Here are some of the benefits of using Gabby Dave Global. User-friendly platform, track your shipment, online support, transparent process, multiple SKUs, multiple products, a platform that encourages manufacturers as well as traders. Our marketing and PR interventions amplifies yours. Organized products and categories for easy access and navigation. Access to global community, especially within UK and Europe. Welcome to Gabby Dave Global. We are a UK-based online e-commerce store, the first of its kind with license to trade in African products. Some of the products are clothing brands and all beauty accessories, hair and beauty brands, natural aphrodisiacs, processed and dried unprocessed food. Our mission at Gabby Dave is to connect African and Caribbean businesses to customers globally. At Gabby Dave, we ensure our sellers get the best deal for their products. We are not just here to help you reach a wider audience. We are also a distribution center to support business growth by fulfilling orders to your customers from our warehouse, making sure customers receive their products on time. We are inviting all Black-owned businesses to trade on our platform because we strongly believe Africans have a unique brand the customer would appreciate globally. So get in touch today and let us make your product and business go far. Here are some of the benefits of using Gabby Dave Global. User-friendly platform, track your shipment, online support, transparent process, multiple SKUs, multiple products, a platform that encourages manufacturers as well as traders. Our marketing and PR interventions amplifies yours. Organized products and categories for easy access and navigation. Access to global community, especially within UK and Europe. Welcome to Gabby Dave Global. We are a UK-based online e-commerce store, the first of its kind with license to trade in African products. Some of the products are clothing brands and all beauty accessories, hair and beauty brands, natural aphrodisiacs, processed and dried unprocessed food. Our mission at Gabby Dave is to connect African and Caribbean businesses to customers globally. At Gabby Dave, we ensure our sellers get the best deal for their products. We are not just here to help you reach a wider audience. We are also a distribution center to support business growth by fulfilling orders to your customers from our warehouse, making sure customers receive their products on time. We are inviting all Black-owned businesses to trade on our platform because we strongly believe Africans have a unique brand the customer would appreciate globally. So get in touch today and let us make your product and business go far. Here are some of the benefits of using Gabby Dave Global. User-friendly platform, track your shipment, online support, transparent process, multiple SKUs, multiple products, a platform that encourages manufacturers as well as traders. Our marketing and PR interventions amplifies yours. Organized products and categories for easy access and navigation. Access to global community, especially within UK and Europe.
That's it, you're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prom, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prom Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Check me out.
He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes!
How do you get the energy to do that?
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match, people. I have met my match, Miss Suzanne. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of digging
Darkness.
the hole of darkness.
So what did that
Myself and the world will adjust. And 2019,
Forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on The CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Starr Radio.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. starradio.com. Well, lamb shapers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Check me out. He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes!
How do you get the energy to do
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match, people. I have met my match, Miss Suzette. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of the darkness. The whole of darkness.
So what did that
Myself and the world will adjust. And 2019.
Forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on the CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Starr Radio.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Body is your man. Bekutu, show them you got the cocoa set. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Harry Song, aka Mr. Songs. This is the Kingmaker Baba for the girls. We're here.
Turn it on. Turn it up.
London. They call them London for home. For here, they call them London. And that's how you know. Just have fun and stay blessed.
Hi there, this is CJ Buckman, your life coach. And whenever I'm in London, I listen to Starr Radio UK right here. But guess what? You can listen to wherever you are.
Body is your man. Bekutu, show them you got the cocoa set. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Harry Song, aka Mr. Songs. This is the Kingmaker Baba for the girls. We're here. This is Starr Radio. Don't go nowhere. UK, London. We they call them London for home. For here, they call them London. And that's how you know. Just have fun and stay blessed.
The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK. Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie and you are listening to Starr Radio.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
In your car,
at work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
Okay, let me say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth, and those of you on other planets as well. We salute each and every one of you, and we want to welcome you to the Friday edition of the morning show. Today is the 5th day of August, the year 2022, with the time now 10:43 from the heart of London. I am yours sincerely, the one and only Archie, from now till 12:30, where the program is going to be coming your way. I'm going to be your captain. So, as I say all the time, let me say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth, and those of you on other planets as well. We welcome you to the morning show. Now, let me say good morning to the team this morning, Mr. Olayomi, Mr. Francis Guy working behind the scenes, and all you wonderful, jubbly people who are listening to us wherever you are listening to us from. I want to say welcome. Those of you in the Americas, those of you in Europe, those of you in Asia, those of you in Australia, those of you on the African continent. Your good morning to you. My apologies, Anthony Adedeji. My apologies, yes, for some issues with our Facebook page. But hey, you want to know more? Just go to Starr Radio UK. Just look for Archie Hammond, and I will pop up, and then you can enjoy the show. But wherever you are listening to us from this morning, we want to welcome you to the show. 10:45 the time, so I'm going to be cracking on with it. Yes, I'm going to bring you the quote for the day, the weather forecast will follow suit, then the travel update as well. We'll move on from there to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe, known as Global Trotting. Then after that, at 11 o'clock, we should have Mr. Olayomi who will be joining in to bring you updates from Nigeria. We'll then continue from thence, and exactly at tick-tack, 12 o'clock, the lines are open for you to add your voice to the discussions. The conversation will continue from then, and at 12:30 we bring the program to a close. Yes, we will not be bringing you the money hour, because the money man himself is on a mission today for more information for you. So wherever you are, thank you once again for joining us, and I remain yours sincerely, the one and only.
This is the morning show, Archie.
Okay, so let me crack on. Now, the quote of the day says, there is no job security anywhere. Security lies in the person who holds the job. You are your own guarantee. So how serious? How much effort are you putting into whatever you are doing? Because you want to be redundant, it can be done by you yourself. All right then. So wherever you are, once again, let me say welcome and thank you very much for joining in. Yes. Okay, now let's move on swiftly to the weather front. Let me tell you what is happening on the weather front. Now, if you're on our Facebook page, the Starr Radio, my apologies, the Archie Hammond Facebook page, please share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages as well. Okay, share. Let me put it that way. Share. I think that sums it up nicely. Share. Wherever you are, continue to share the broadcast. I know we are having a bit of difficulties here and there, but just bear with us whilst we do our best to sort the issue out. Yes, but at the moment, I just want to, I beseech you, brethren, by the mercies of God, to continue to share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones. Okay, so let's quickly move on to the weather front. Now, when it comes to the weather front, yes, for London and the southeastern of England, this is what we're going to be seeing today and over the weekend. A dry and fine day with lots of warm sunshine. There may be a few patches of cloud in the afternoon, but there will continue to be lengthy sunny spells, gentle to moderate winds expected. Tonight, we'll see some late sunshine. Overnight, it will remain dry and there will be clear skies for all. Winds will ease as well. When it comes to the temperature is going to be 24 degrees. The low is going to be 12 degrees. Pollen level is going to be moderate. UV level moderate and pollution low. Sunset 20:43 and sunrise for tomorrow morning 05:30 hours. And that brings us to the end of that forecast for you. But when it comes to Saturday, tomorrow we'll see a fine and dry start to the day with plenty of sunshine. A few areas of cloud will develop during the day, but it will be mostly dry and sunny. A warm day expected as well. And then moving on finally to Sunday as well. Yes, for Sunday, high pressure from the southwest will extend across the region, bringing dry and settled condition. Sunday and Monday will be fine and dry with a mix of sunny spells and a few areas of cloud. Now, Tuesday is expected to have plenty of sunshine. Well, that's the prediction for next week, but the temperatures will be averaging. Tomorrow's 25, the lowest 13, and Sunday 27 and lowest 14. From there, next week we'll be seeing some high temperatures once again, so brace yourself. It's all Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let me take you straight to the travels as well. As I say, yes, keep your eyes on the roads, and we keep you navigated. Our promise, our bond. The Starr Radio Travel Update comes to where every weekday from 10:40. It's now 10:49. So moving on straight to the travels. Yes, on the underground this morning, the district line have got part suspension and severe delays. The Hammersmith and City lines, part suspension and severe delays there. Jubilee line, severe delays. Piccadilly, minor delays, and when it comes to the London tram link, severe delays, and the London Overground part suspension. So check before you leave. Other than that, all the others have got good service there. Now moving on straight to the traffic, the major roads in London. On the major roads in London, A13 has got closures, A3 closures, A4 closures, Central London Red Routes closures, South Circular A205 closures, and North Circular A406. Serious delays there as well. Now moving on straight to the river bus. On the river bus, the Woolwich area is suspended. That aside, all the others have got good service. Now on the final segment of the travel update, that's the National Rail. On the National Rail, Avanti West Coast has got special service, cross country minor delays, East Midlands Railway minor delays, First Transparent Express special service, Great Anglia minor delays, Northern Rail minor delays, Southern minor delays, Thames Link minor delays, and Transport for Wales has also got minor delays. Well, as I would say all the time, this is where I bring the travel update to a close. But wherever you are, once again, as you know, I will say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes on the roads.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medase.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamb.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamb@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Welcome back to the program Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to 5 minutes past to the top of the hour. I am Archie, and as I said, wherever you are joining us from, share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages as well. Okay? Yes. Okay, now let's move on straight to some of the other stories making the rounds this morning across the globe, known as global trotting. So what is happening across the globe this morning? Yes, I can tell you assuredly that in Nigeria, senators to remove Lawan if he blocks Buhari's impeachment. Now, can that happen? Can they actually do so? Would they have the numbers to do so? That is the question that is being asked this morning, or on the lips of most people this morning. But what do you think about all that? It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We'll be bringing you more on that front because we'll be having Mr. Olayomi joining in, and we'll be looking at that story. So just bear with us whilst we continue to bring you the live feed. you know, they said that due to the insecurity in the country, they reckon that if the president, they've given the president 6 weeks to sort that out, and if he fails to do so, they will be impeaching him. But it looks like the speaker of this the head of the Senate, yes, Lawan, might try to block that, and they are saying that if he does that, then they are going to remove him. Well, how can that happen? How would that be? We'll be looking more into that. Let me know. Says Muslim ticket, you get northern votes. But what is the bad for? We'll be looking more into that as well. All coming your way from Nigeria. Don't blame me if APC fails in 2023. Chairman Adamu is saying there. And then to other stories, Nigeria remains Spain's strategic partner. Some of the stories making the round. Is this how Britain lets us know our next president? So what is Britain trying to do, or somebody say interfering with Nigeria's election that is going to be? But famous singer and writer Charles Chukwuemeka Oputa, better known as Charlie Boy, has reacted to photos of past Nigeria and Britain leaders and the current Labour Party candidate Peter Obi. When you see them, when they stand by any of the past leaders or so, they take pictures of it, then you know for sure that is what is coming home. So he's saying that, well, maybe because Peter Obi has been made to stand with one of the top politicians, or have a picture of one of the top politicians in the UK, that means that, well, he's going to be the next in line. But what do you think about all that? It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. All right, now let's move on to some other stories. We'll be bringing you more from that front, though, so don't you worry at all. Now, Kenya, die-hard presidential hopeful Baba Odinga ends his election campaign. So there's going to be more on that front as well, so don't you go away. And Senegal's ruling party coalition loses parliamentary absolute majority. And in South Africa, gang rape incident is a shame to nation, the police chief has said, and they've been going on trying to lynch or attack foreign miners there as well. We'll be looking into all those stories in a moment. But wherever you are, don't you ever think of touching the dial. Now, South Sudan extends transitional government by 2 years. Well, they will extend it until they think that it's everything is all right for that to happen. Now in Ghana, yes, some of the stories making around there. Global power crisis, restoring power depends on residents. That's Ministry of Energy is saying. GFA suspends use of Ghana card for player registration. Those are some of the stories making the rounds. Government can't meet reversed 640 million e-levy target. Well, a lot more going to be coming from that place. And then moving on to some other stories making the rounds still there. SIM card deadline, deal with Ghana card acquisition issues. That's what the minority are saying. Charges against my client bad-in-law, Vamawa's lawyer tells court. And let me say good morning to Suleiman Yusuf. I hope you are doing very, very well. Thank you very much for joining us on the YouTube channel. Using Ghana card as voters ID will disenfranchise millions, Afarijan is saying. We'll be looking into that story because it's quite an interesting. This is a man who has been in the helm of the Electoral Commission for decades. How many years was he there for? Was it 20 years or thereabout? And then when he stepped down and see everything that is going around, and he's saying that, look, guys, this one might happen. If you use the Ghana card to as a way of registering people to vote, then lots of people are going to be disenfranchised. But the election is not tomorrow. So let's say that the registering organization could do that and make sure that everybody is registered. But what do you think about all that? It is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to a minute past 11. And you know what is going to happen at that time? Yes. That means that we're going to be having Miss Olayomi Koiki, who has joined us. And as I'm saying, please do your best. Help us out. Share the broadcast on all the platforms that we've got. Yes, we're working. Our technical team are working assiduously to bring back the Starr Radio UK Facebook page. So bear with us until that time. But let me say a massive good morning to the one and only Mr. Olayomi Koiki, the White Lion. Yomi, morning.
A very good morning to you, Mr. Archie. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all our listeners from around the globe. And let us say welcome once again to the 5th of August 2022. Just coming up to 2 minutes past 11 this morning, and I come back slightly to you in the studio.
Yes, how are you doing, sir?
Well, it is very extremely hot, as we say. The weather is becoming much more, better, just as we are back home. I'm doing very well. The family is great, and likewise, all our listeners are great as well, because we're also rebroadcasting from this part of the globe this morning as well. But I'm doing very well. What about yourself?
Yeah, doing very well. Slept a bit, but because of the technical things that we want to sort out, so my mind was like, think. Let's try to figure out exactly what is going on. But hey, we are here, and for the sake of our listeners, we want to be there and make sure, listeners and viewers, to make sure that they get everything that they need to get from across the globe, and especially at this time from Nigeria. Okay, now a chance on this story first. So let's quickly touch on that before we come to what you have. Now we know that the Senate, the opposition in the Senate, okay, have vowed and have given the president 6 weeks to sort out the insecurity issue in Nigeria. However, they are of the view that Lawan might put blocks in the way of that impeachment if the president fails. And therefore, they are saying that they will remove Lawan. Now, what more information do you have about that?
Well, there is pressure when it comes to the current, government as we know right now. Lawan, for those that will probably not know, is the current, Senate president in Nigeria. Full name is Ahmed Ibrahim Lawal. He's a Nigerian politician, a professor who served and is still, the Senate president. Is representing the Yobe North Senatorial District. Already, there's a lot of issues around him at the moment. He contested as well for the presidential candidate, but apparently lost to Tinubu. His ticket that would have allowed him to return back as the Senate president is still being contested as we speak right now. But according to information that you've just read, we won't allow Lawan, block Buhari sacking, senator. The senator that is representing Osun East, which is the southwest of Nigeria today, and the vice chairman, Senate Committee on Custom and Exercise, Francis Fadumisi, has said the opposition parties in the upper chamber of the National Assembly have made up their mind to sack the president of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, if he made any attempt to frustrate the sacking process against President General Muhammadu Buhari next month. So remember that some of the senators have given Buhari 6 weeks, to review the security situation in the country. But there is also probability that the current Senate president might not give room to that. So maybe that will start with him by impeaching him, and then bringing somebody that will allow the impeachment of this particular President Muhammadu Buhari. But like I said, time will tell, as we continue to monitor the development from the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, and as we say, there is still a lot to happen before 2023.
Well, listeners, Mr. Olayomi Koiki bringing you more on that issue in the Senate. But again, I've been asking that question whether the opposition in the Senate have got a majority that they can actually oust Lawan if they want to, or they're going to depend on the APC, who we know that they would definitely stand for President Buhari. They wouldn't do anything and therefore will automatically stand for Lawan.
Well, I mean, it's not just about whether they have the majority. Some of the Senate representing, are being part of the APC are also likely, to impeach Buhari should that go ahead. Fada Usi gave that interview on Wednesday, said majority of the senators across the political lines had already passed a vote of no confidence on Buhari because of his administration inability to address the worsened security situation in the country that we've ever seen. I mean, this is the first time, in the history of Nigeria that a government is just as useless, by not able to do the needful when it comes to protecting the lives of Nigerians and also their properties as well. He expressed doubt about the president's ability to tackle the security challenges currently facing the country in 6 weeks, since he couldn't do so for the past 7 years. While the senator have let this lay, again, it's a questioning to ask them, because this insecurity have been going on. Just immediately Buhari came in, there was a doubt maybe they were settling in. 4 years went very fast. They came back in 2019, and yet 7 years down the line, nothing seems to be functioning when it comes to protecting the lives of Nigerians this afternoon or this morning, depending on where any Nigerians are watching. But some are even saying we are no longer Nigerians because Nigeria is not meant for us. But like I said, in 189 days on Star Radio clock this morning, 13 hours 52 minutes, and the seconds keep going down. What drama would happen in Nigeria? We will find out as we continue to monitor the situation back in Nigeria itself.
Well, what drama will happen in Nigeria? Now, interestingly, there was one other story that I chanced on. Let me just bring that quickly. One Nigeria, is it an actor or a musician, Charlie Boy, who has come out with a ploy saying that, well, Britain has a way of introducing the next president of the country. Now, so we have various Nigerian politicians who then take pictures with prime ministers or top people in the British Parliament or British politics here, and those people are the ones who win elections. Now, so before me, I have a picture of Tony Blair and Olusegun Obasanjo, and we have David Cameron and Goodluck Jonathan, and we have David Cameron and our own Buhari. And now there is another gentleman. I don't know the picture whether it was supposed to be Boris, but this time around another politician with Peter Obi. So virtually he's just predicting that, look, it might be that is how Britain announces that this person is going to be the next president. Do you think Peter Obi can do that?
Well, which Charlie Boy? Let's go back, age 72 years old, known as Charlie Boy, but apparently known as born as Charles Chukwumeka Okuta. Is a Nigerian singer, a songwriter, a television presenter, a publisher, and a producer. One of our best that you can ever think of. One of Nigeria's most controversial entertainment. In his dressing, in his music. He's best known for his alternative lifestyle, political views that you've just talked about, and in media production as well. Yes, you're quite right. There is also rumor that is out there already, as we say, that it seems that the government, the United Kingdom, is peddling, with the upcoming election. And the reason for that is, there's no doubt that the government, in UK is not aware of the Biafra, campaign. Likewise, as the Yoruba campaign came up, spontaneously without any notice, they were not probably preparing for that. They've been preparing for the Biafra on how things will have to be resolved, because the Biafra have said continuously, even before the arrest and rendition, kidnapping of Nnamdi Kanu back from Kenya, that we would not go into any election in 2023. Who are the reason why these are coming up? It seems, if you remember, Peter Obi was also part of PDP, but at the last minute he flew to London, had a meeting with Boris Johnson, went back to Nigeria. He decided to become a Labour Party. And the information that is going out there, within the Nigerians as we speak right now, is that Peter Obi is being brought in, to destabilize, the Southeast campaign for the Biafra as we speak right now. But the question is, how do you then tackle, the Yorubas that also want, a total dissolution and exit out of Nigeria? From what we are hearing, Atiku might be told to step down for Tinubu, that is a Yoruba man, and that would then reduce the tension in the Southwest, because as we speak right now, there will be a lot of chaos in 2023 as those that are demanding, that they really want to get out of Nigeria and have their own independent country. But how is all this going to be managed? We've been seeing, Katrina Lam, the ambassador representing British government in Nigeria, that has become like another prime minister of our own, in Nigeria. I've not seen other, ambassador, moving, talking to the, to the glare of the media. But what we've seen is, prior to now, she has literally traveled around the whole country, and the agenda is something that we don't know. But the information that is filtering out there is that she's also trying to renew the amalgamation that ended in 2014.
Well, Charlie Boy says every election year they invite their preferred Nigerian presidential candidate to number 10 Downing Street, the permanent home of every active prime minister. They invited Obasanjo in 1998 to 99. He became the president. GEJ in 20. Who is GEJ? In 2010 to 2011, he became the president. Then it goes on. Buhari in 2014 to 2015, he was rigged in as president. Okay, and now they have invited Peter Obi in 2022. When till one happen now? Think about it. Charlie Boy is asking. Now, what do you think about all that? So coming away from Starr Radio UK. Let me acknowledge Odua today. It's a morning Starr Radio UK. Miss Gold, good day to you, Mr. Koiki and Mr. Archie. Miss Gold says, Odua today, good day as well. And what you are, Osiniga says, good morning, Mr. Archie and Mr. Koiki. Thanks for bringing the world to our doorsteps. And thank you very much for joining us as well. Continue to share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones. Now, let's come to some of the other stories that Yomi has put there. Tinubu Shatima, Babakar biting finger, biting the finger that fed him, says ex-minister Shitu. Who fed who?
Well, politicians are always feeding themselves, because they know how to go around these. The Tinubu Shetima Babache biting finger that fed him, says ex-minister Shitu. Shitu had a serious engagement with Omoyele Sowore during a radio presentation in Ibadan at some point. Who is Shitu himself? Is the former Minister of Communication, and the Director General of the Asiwaju Tinubu Shetima Coalition for Good Governance. Adebayo Shitu, during an interview, relieves the intrigues that led to his reappointment for the second time as a minister, and also the contentious Muslim ticket, and why some All Progressive Congress politicians are still angry with Tinubu. So it was during this interview that he granted, that led to that. So let's look at some of what question was put to him. How will you react to the protest of the APC Northern Christians over Asiwaju Bola Tinubu Muslim ticket? I don't want to believe that there's anything called APC Northern Christians or Muslim. I see that as a rubbish. The APC is not a religious organization, but a political party guided strictly by the Nigerian laws and the constitution of the party. It was also asked, there are Christian candidates such as Yakubu Dogara, Mustafa, and Babache Lawal from the same region who can also deliver good vote, isn't it? I can't say unless you give me evidence of their electoral productivity. Elections are not a matter of people taking risks. However, when you have people threatening that because they are Christians from the north, they won't vote, they are just shooting themselves in the legs. Are you saying that Muslims did not contribute to voting Yakubu Dogara during the election, or Senator Elisha Abo from Adamawa? Can they win without a Muslim vote? These are the issues. They ought not to have limited the whole thing to just religion. It is not in the interest. In any case, the general election is there. Let's see what happened. Well, what happened is there might not even be an election the way things are, because there's a lot of tension in the country as we speak right now. I'll come back again to you in the studio, Mr. Archie.
Well, will the election hold? Will the election hold? And would that actually, if it holds, would it forestall the peace that Nigeria is looking for, and the insecurity issue that is going on, would that be resolved? That's a question on the lips of most people, but it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Now let's go back to Yomi for some of the other stories making the rounds. Over to you, Yomi.
Well, it's not a very good news as we were waking up this morning. Just yesterday evening, a traditional ruler from the southwest of Nigeria, in the Yoruba land, have been kidnapped. What do we know? Available report indicate that a terrorist has adopted a traditional head, and 3 others at Agopanu Owo, Ikere Road in Ondo State yesterday evening. Further information reveals that the driver of the vehicle was attacked, is currently receiving treatment at the Federal Medical Center in Iwo. The victims that included the traditional head, the Oniku of Iku, High Chief Mokaila Bello, a former House of Assembly candidate for Akoko Northeast constituency, Yeye Banfiro, a chieftain of the All Progressive Congress, Honorable Adeniran Adeyemo, and a community leader, Bashiru Adekile. Remember, we talked about the young girl that was killed by the terrorists after ransom was paid. We're going to try and tell the engineer to bring the picture up so that we can remember that phase. Information that have just now come out much further has now revealed that the other individual that got killed, remember that we were only talking about this particular Rachel Okpadele, but yesterday information now said that the owner of the hotel that lives in America returned back to Nigeria on the 29th of July, kidnapped the same day, 5 million was paid, but his life eventually was still taken by the terrorists. What a very sad news, because yesterday when the news started filtering out, it shows how dangerous Nigeria is as we speak right now. He lives in America. He set up an hotel in somewhere in the southwest of Nigeria. But unfortunately, and I'll see if I can bring his own picture up. The engineers are working on that as well. But what we can say is, it is a very sad one to know that so many Nigerians are facing this insecurity, but yet we still not to have what we call an end result to it. So we pray for the souls of these 2 individuals that have died, as we got the picture right there, from the background there. Both of them were kidnapped. He returned back to Nigeria on the 29th, and the same day he was also kidnapped, from the hotel with the other young girl that was a final year student, Rachel Okpadele, in Ogbomoso. From what we were told, that 50 million was requested, and I believe when 5 million was taken, eventually both the driver that took the money and these 2 individuals lost their life at that particular incident. So I'm going to continue with the update, and then we go into it again. This is the Friday edition of Starr Radio UK. Yesterday we saw Benue State Governor. As we know, Benue State Governor is one of the governors that do challenge the current government as we speak right now, and more states to procure AK-47 as insecurity worsen. What do we know? Yesterday, the Benue State Governor Samuel Autumn on Thursday says that the government will legally procure AK-47 rifle for a security outfit community volunteer guard. Autumn disclosed this in Makurdi, the state capital, at the unveiling of the security outfit, just as states including Ondo State, Ekiti, Osun, and Zapara also indicated that they would harm their security agency as insecurity worsened in the country. Also, let's remember that representatives of the security agency, the Nigerian Governor Forums, the Diplomatic Corps, and selected government ministry held a summit in Abuja yesterday with the view to ensuring that schools are secured and reopening. As we speak right now, schools in Abuja has been shut down. At the unveiling of the Benue State security outfit, Autumn revealed that the state was being attacked as a result of the people's refusal to surrender their land. Autumn said that 500 people have been drawn from more than 23 different local government areas of the state, were recruited in their first batch and participated in the passing out parade that was held at the IBB Square in Makurdi. He also pledged that his administration would legally procure AK-47 and AK-49 and other sophisticated weapons for the security of the operatives. I don't know whether you want me to continue or we just come back to you.
Let's have a look at that God's Autumn's statement that he is making. Now, the other time when we did talk about this man who was released after the wife went to pay the ransom and rice and whatever thing that she took to them. Now, the husband was saying that these guys were wielding weapons that he's never seen before. You get it? So if Autumn is sitting back here saying that, look, you know what, we're going to give them AK-47 and blah blah blah, is it is it more powerful than what these terrorists are carrying at the moment?
Well, remember, the Sulaiman that spent 4 months, with the terrorists, during his captivity, made us know that there was, a lot of weapons that he saw, with these terrorists. Most of them have been able to buy more, weapons after people are kidnapped and ransom are paid, and they've also been able to overrun most of the military barracks, especially the ones in the northeast as we speak right now. So yes, I mean, I watched, the parade when it's after it happened yesterday. When Autumn was, going through, the parade of these new security officers, about 500 of them. But the question is that would this government allow him to procure, the AK-47 and the AK-49 that is asking? Because as we speak right now, the fraudulent fake 1999 military decree constitution, does not empower each of the governors to buy weapons. All this has to be done from the center, and this has also been a lot of challenges to so many of the governors and some Nigerians, that we cannot have security being taken control of by the FCT or the government at the center when security or crime is always local. Remember that the former Senator Adeyeye that spoke that the unity of the country is cannot happen. The progression of this country cannot go forward because the 1999 Constitution would not allow Autumn to procure this equipment, and that is why it would have to take permission from the government. But who is the government? We're talking about the same government that has allowed the influx of these terrorists and militia into the country. Would they allow a firepower to be given to Benue State to protect the citizen? Time will tell. And should that not happen, would Autumn go through the back door and procure them and harm some of these security operatives?
Interestingly, whilst you were speaking, the Amotekun issue came into my mind, and it's like, if the federal government, who is, supposed to have all the resources and has all the manpower and whatever they want, they can order it, knowing that they can secure the protection or the security of the people, is failing to do so. Now, what are the state governors doing about this? Because they need to now push the agenda to, like what Autumn is saying. And like you're saying, if Autumn has the power, if he can decide to say that, look, whatever state that I belong to, we are importing arms of this nature, that we think that once we have armed, whether they are whatever militias that they've got as a state or a Matokon, whatever that they will have, that will help them protect the citizens, for them to be able to go around there. But what is all, have the state governors actually got the willpower to even think about that?
Well, the job and the job of the governor and his deputy is to protect the lives of their citizens, right inside. The young girl that was killed, that is the duty of not just the federal, also the duty of the state. But the state do not have what it takes when it comes to this full protection. And this is something that has been debated, looking at the fake 1999 military decree constitution that has been used on Nigerians since 1999, and no one has literally challenged it. Yes, they're talking about amendment, but yet the amendment is not more than who are those that sat round the table to decide this constitution that has now been used forcefully on millions of Nigerians, about 206 million Nigerians today. But the politicians that are meant to do the push from the southwest, as an example, and the southeast, are not really doing the push as against the kind of push that Autumn is doing. If most of the governors are doing the same push, then they'll probably will not be putting sentiment to either their party affiliation or not, but rather looking at it from the perspective of the indigenous people, whether the Nigerians or the indigenous people that really have to be taken care of. But most of the governors do not really look at it from that point. And the question is, what would push Nigerians on the street? Just as we saw that at Sri Lanka, we saw that at Ecuador, Ecuador. We've seen these happening across the country, and some of the reason that we've seen all these, protests that has been going on as well, is because of insecurity of food, insecurity of the lives of the people. Will Nigeria at some point also be forced out on their massive protest? Time will tell in the next 193 days before the election.
Well, listeners, it is Star Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Updates from Nigeria with Mr. Olayomi Koiki. And let me say good morning to Mike Buedu. Thank you very much for joining us on the Facebook. Those of you joining us on the Facebook, let us know if you can get us, if you are not friends with the Archie Hammond there. Okay, I want to see what is happening on that front, as whether we've been able to resolve whatever issue that is going on there. Bayomi, there's a question that is coming through. Someone is asking the question, does it look like we who are outside, or they are, those in the diaspora, we are seeing the insecurity more than what people down there are seeing? Because we can talk about this gentleman who owns this hotel where this student was kidnapped and killed, though they paid the ransom, and this man too, his life has been taken. So it looks like those outside, we look at it and think, oh, but maybe those down there on the ground are not actually seeing what we are seeing. Well, how would you paint that picture?
Well, those at home, can feel it, they can smell it, but the question is, what can they do? Their hands are already folded up. I mean, especially, when it comes to, things that happen. I mean, these crimes are mostly local. Let me take you back to, Dr. Aborode that was killed, in the Gogon before Chief Sunday Igboho, also intervened as at that particular time. But the problem that a lot of Nigerians at home are facing is, most of them do not really want to talk about these issues because sometimes, they believe that the same government, will come after them using the same security outfit, as we do know. And they've actually used that before. Yes, the advantage that those of us that are outside, not just talk about it, we can also get, the information circulated, in a million times. I mean, I'm talking about, one of our king, and I think, I've also been updated that, the pronunciation is Onikun of Ikun. Imagine that Nigerians at home, will probably not even hear about the news, whereas the news has already traveled around the whole world because of the, information circulation that we have, and the power of, the data. I mean, just as, imagine that even the government, as at yesterday, Lai Mohammed is now also advising Google to shut down, the IPOB, communication on YouTube, because as far as the government is concerned, IPOB is a proscribed organization, and YouTube should not allow them to have their platform for operation. So the government knows the power of the new media, which is now the social media, where things can be distributed as very fast, in the space of no time.
Well, listeners, it is Star Radio UK. I can see that. I think you guys, you can now see us there, which is good. I think it's gone public now, which is good. But Odwa today says, Miss Good, welcome. Okay, now we will go on to some of the other stories, but I'm looking at this quite. The statement that what do you call him made, that they should gag the IPOP because they think that it's a proscribed group, and because they think that everyone, like we are sitting here talking about the insecurity issue that is going, the failure of the government of Nigeria, and now people are they are using that to appeal to Google and all these search engines to shut people who are making noise down.
Well, you're quite right. When you look at what Lai Mohammed said, during the visit of some of the members of Google, and Lai Mohammed wants Google to block iPod access, to YouTube. Lai Mohammed asked Google to block, terrorist groups on YouTube, and the Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, on Thursday asked Google to block terrorist organization from the YouTube. He made the request when a team from the Google visited him in Abuja. We want Google to look into how to tackle the use of private and unlisted YouTube channels and YouTube live streaming by proscribed groups and terrorist organizations. But the question to Lai Mohammed is, what are they doing when terrorists are still operating, not literally just on the social media, because they're also using the social media, but also communicating, from the phone that is meant to have been linked with somebody's details. Do we now say that terrorist numbers are not linked with the name as we know it? Because if they are not linked with the name, they should have been deactivated, as we have been told by the same government, today. But it seems that, the terrorists are still having communication, because communication is two-way round. When somebody call you and you pick up, that means somebody line is active. But when it comes to IPOP, like I said, both the federal government and the British government are scared of the Biafra.
Well, listeners, Star Radio UK, updates from Nigeria with Mr. Olayomi Koike. Now let's go to him for some of the other stories making the rounds. It's now 11:31. Over to you, sir.
Once again, a very good morning if you've just joined us, and welcome to your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. So let's go back and look at some of the headline. Lack of producing anything in Nigeria would also affecting Nigeria economy. Lack of produce export is affecting Nigeria economy, says Shippers Council. I mean, Nigeria would not produce anything because it has not been given the opportunity. The last time we have a kind of a production in the country was during the Western region, where things were working, during those, era. The Nigerian Shippers Council has posited that the inability of Nigeria to consistently produce and export goods and services have negatively affected the country's economy. It noted that the society's standard of living depends on its ability to produce and export goods and services. And sometimes, what kind of services are we talking about? I mean, when we talk about, Indian as an example, Indian export almost everything. They export their human talent. If you make a call today, you are likely going to speak to somebody in India, and that is, a service on its own. We have millions of youth that are out there, but they are not active. Rather, they become idle because the government have not made the facility, to allow them to engage with the international and then also sell services as well. Because if you're going to do so, you must have a template, you must have a system that is working, and then those services can now be brought in by the international community. If you speak to O2 today, you are more likely to be speaking to a customer service in South Africa. It's because the government of South Africa has allowed the enabling environment. They are not doing anything, but they are also exporting the services. And when we look at Nigeria today, Professor Bongo Adi of the Lagos Business School made the assertion yesterday in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, during his presentation at the one day, which a lot of this seminar has been going on for the last 2 decades, but yet nothing seems to be working as we speak in Nigeria today. So the headline, lack of produce export affecting Nigerian economy. It seems that there's still more problem in Osun State. The election is over, but it doesn't seem the current governor has accepted defeat. So Osun Gubernatorial APC now heads to tribunal to challenge Adeleke victory. So this is where some of the legal lawyers, the senior advocate of Nigeria, also come in and make a bit of extra cash and the time wasting as well. 3 weeks after the conduct of the Osun State governorship election, the All Progressive Congress has said that the party has now concluded plans to drag Independent National Electoral Commission, the People's Democratic Party, and its candidate, Senator Ademola Adeleke, before election petition tribunal. The state chairman of the party, Prince Boyega, who stated this at the press conference held at the party secretariat yesterday, said there was no cause for alarm as the party is going to reclaim its mandate through the legal means. So you can see that it is yet unresolved as well. At last,
just a quick one on that. Now, didn't the president congratulate the PDP?
The president can congratulate doesn't mean the governor has accepted defeat.
But it's not the president who is the head of the APC party.
Well, I mean, yes, it is, but the way things work, is completely different when it comes to, bringing it down, to the local level. It seems, yes, the president just wanted to play, the devil advocate and say, you know what, I've given the room, people have gone out there, the decision has been made, I'm going to congratulate the winner. But the governor is saying, well, you can congratulate him, but we are going to, election petition. And this is why most elections in Nigeria have not gone in accordance with the same election when it comes to the general, because should this go on now, that means it's going to be dragged, and by the time the result comes back from the election tribunal, that means it doesn't sequence with the current election that normally goes on every 4 years. And that is why you hear election is coming up in Nigeria, even though it is not the main election as is expected.
Wow, listeners, it's interesting. As whether the election will take place or not is another question. But look at the banter now. Well, just one state. Look at the banter that is going on. But let's see what you think about that. Okay, let's go back to Yomi for some of the other stories. Over to you, sir.
Will there be peace between Atiku and Wike? Looking at Wike's eyes, in this picture shows that maybe there will be peace or not. But at last, according to the headline, Atiku Wike moved to resolve their differences. Former vice president, presidential candidate of People's Democratic Party, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and the embattled governor of Rivers State, Mr. Nelson Wike, yesterday met in Abuja in a moved aim at resolving the differences in the main opposition party ahead of the 2023 general elections. A reliable source said that the meeting took place at the residence of Professor Jerry Ghana at Asorok. So it looks like this move is going on quietly, but like I said, time will tell whether there will be a result to that or not. So I'm going to go straight to what is trending this morning on the social media from Nigeria. Niger Republic is still trending at number 3. It looks like Fireboy is an artist, so I believe that is why that is trending. I'm not sure why hashtag Ashewo is trending on number 2 this morning as well, but it seems already that there is quite a lot happening in Nigeria when it comes to the insecurity as we speak. So we're gonna just go straight to it. According to Solomon Okile, more respect to APC for keeping to their promises. Change was promised and delivered. So let's look at the statistic that we have here. In 2015, fuel was 87 naira. As of today, in 2022, fuel is 118 naira. Rice is 8,500 naira in 2015. In 2022, a bag of rice is now 36,000 naira. In 2015, dollar was 219 naira to a dollar, but today in 2022, dollar is 710 naira to $1. The external debt was $9.7 billion in 2015. The external debt today is $98.6 billion. Gas was sold at 2,500 naira in 2015. In 2022, gas is now being sold at 9,500 naira. Diesel was brought at 155 naira per liter. Diesel today is now being paid 800 naira per liter. If you're flying on a 1-hour flight from Lagos to Abuja, was 18,000 naira in 2015, but you definitely need 80,000 naira to do so today. So it says, change. APC sure know how to keep their promises, is what this individual has posted on the Twitter this morning. So let's now go and look at more other things that is being said this morning on the social media network, where the government is already worried, as the government wants to, remember, the government already tried everything to bring down Twitter from not operating in Nigeria. There was a lot of engagement between the Twitter and likewise the federal government. Eventually Twitter was brought back. Let's take a look at what Bashir Mustafa said. Whether they like it or not, we are moving forward. There's a lot of people at the top of this Yoruba nation struggle that I don't trust at all. One thing many of them are doing are failing to understand that this Yoruba agitation is a God work. Okpe Luma DC. Also, let's take a look at more other headline from both the self-determination from the Biafra as well. Think Yoruba Force posted, Governor Oton launches security outfit in Benue, promises to equip personnel with AK-47 and AK-49 rifles to face the Fulani terrorists, according to what they have there. Also, before we go into the next one, the Yoruba woman, there's still also the challenge for the anthem that still have about 2 days. If you're going to be participating in that, you have to tag the Yoruba Nation channel on the Twitter about that. A young Yoruba software developer, Anuluapo Karunwi, makes coding easy in Yoruba language. So this is also coming from an interview that he granted to one of the media in Nigeria. Also, Think Yoruba says, Yoruba spirituality, moral and spirituality philosophy will lead the world. Love your language and also love your own culture as well. So before we go at 11:40 this morning, I'm going to take one more from Nigeria, then come back again to you in the studio. Once again, Nigeria, as a lot of people will say, may Nigeria never happen to you. Ifa Funshaw says, If Nigeria split today, the North will be fine, the Southwest will be fine, the Southeast will be fine, the Middle Belt will be fine, there will be peace and unity, everyone will grow in their capacity. The amalgamation of 7 nations into one country is where our problem started. So Star Radio UK, it is the weekend, and as we say here in UK, thank God it's Friday, because so many people get paid every Friday, and that means the town will be very busy, as we're already in a very beautiful weather. I come back to you now in the studio.
Well, listeners, thank God it's Friday, our mind day. But as to whether you are in Nigeria and looking at everything that is going on, you think everything is ticking along nicely, it's up to you. We want to hear from you what you think about what is going on. Now, Yomi, you did talk about Governor Autumn's case. That somebody's just asked me a question, asking that what has been the federal government reaction to that, because it looks like Autumn is now saying he's arming his community. So what has the federal government said about that? Because he's looking at it that if the IPOB can say that with insecurity going on in our area, we want to arm them, and the Olodua or Yoruba group like Sunday Igboho was doing, thinking that he didn't say they should arm themselves, but he was saying that they need to resist those who were trying to take over and destabilize that community. So he said, what has, because if the federal government came after these people, they've come after these people, what are they doing about Autumn?
Well, Autumn is the governor, a sitting governor of Benue State, and like I did explain earlier on, he would definitely need a permission from the federal government, to procure these sophisticated weapons that he's talking about. I mean, yeah, they could be able to give them, the normal pump rifle to hold, but remember that, these terrorists are also carrying, heavy sophisticated, equipment, and that is why he's been asked that, he's saying that he will, procure those, but he will not be able to do so as we speak right now. The federal government have not responded yet, but I'm sure, they must have watched, the proceeding, because it was a live transmission from Makurdi yesterday. And likewise, Governor Autumn is not known, is known to the government as we speak. He has not been given room to speak to the president, lately, according to what he said. He's been a hard, man that have stand his feet down. You talked about, the IPOB, what the IPOB have done is, they've created their own, Eastern Security Network, and what those does is, they keep into, their farm areas, so that their people can be allowed, even though the government disagree, with what the IPOB have done in setting up the Eastern Security, network. But yet, the IPOB says, the government can no longer protect their citizens. The state governors are, as useless, has not been able to do the same thing. So they have the right, to protect, the lives of their citizens going into some of these farms as well. Even though, like I said, the government, have literally refused it. So the tension that we're going to be seeing as election is getting closer is, how do we manage all these crises? Because as we speak right now, there's more pressure now going into the Southwest. Ondo State, that was attacked lately, in the last couple of months. Are we now going to see the governor of Ondo State, Akeredolu, also now coming out a little bit much more, especially now that, what we saw, yesterday, that another traditional leader was kidnapped as well, like, 3 other individuals as well. But time will tell whether he has that bonus. We do have Amotekun that are working around the clock. A video was posted where the truck loaded of those that are unknown, came into Oyo State. They were literally escorted back, into the border of the next state. The next Amotekun took over until they were escorted back. But how long and how visibility this can continue? If these people are coming in during the daytime, and during the nighttime, are we going to be able to see every one of them? We don't know, but the question again is, time will tell whether, a sitting governor like Akeredolu will have the same boldness like Governor Autumn to challenge, the insecurity in his own state.
Now, we did talk about back in the day, some few weeks back, when we were talking about the southern state governors who were putting their mind together, saying that they were not going to allow open grazing in their area. What has become of that?
Well, what has become of that is that there's still a lot of engagement between some of these states. Some want to open up, their borders, for open grazing, while some are refusing it, completely. And that is what also takes us to, the water bill that, is already on the table, that the federal government wants to use that same route. So it seems the pressure that we are getting in Nigeria is, if you're having a cow business, it's a personal business, and it has to be done, the way it is done. And this is the argument of somebody like, Governor Autumn, that you cannot continue in 21st century moving around with a cow, but the president, also having the lineage of the same, ethnic group that is destroying some of these. I've always said that, yes, but these are what they've done in the past, and they can still continue to do so. But doing so is also creating damage to farmers as well. So the clashes will continue, but each of the states are working in their own way to resolve the problem.
So do you mean to say that the president made a statement along those lines, that this is how these people have practiced their
Governor Autumn literally told us during his interview that I streamed that interview on behalf of the Yoruba Nation now about 2 weeks ago while he was in America before he returned back, and he said clearly that I have asked the God, I was sat down with the president, and the president's opinion and view is, this is how they've done it in the past, and there's nothing wrong in it, if they continue in that direction. So it seems that the current president, have been very, very sympathetic, with the Fulani herdsmen, because again, we believe that the reason for that is not tackling it, the way it's meant to tackle it in the 21st century, rather is using the kid gloves on that.
Because we're looking at the UK, look at cattle heads that they have here, but you never see any of them just run.
And he says that I quote, and I was listening to Autumn yesterday, that over 400 Fulani herdsmen have been arrested, persecuted. More than 25,000 cows, were also arrested. Some had to pay fine to get them back, and he also said the rest that couldn't pay fine, the cows were auctioned.
Wow. Well, listeners, it is Starr Radio UK. You cannot get this from anywhere apart from on this program, where we bring you updates from Nigeria every weekday from 11 o'clock with Mr. Olayomi again. Me here, Archie. Now we're going to be running up that conversation, so we'll go back to Yomi for any other story that he wanted to touch on before he brings his closing remarks. Over to you, sir.
Just say thank you so much, to so many people that have joined us, on our sister broadcast this morning, and quite a lot of people, on Instagram, on the MixLR, and also on the YouTube, Facebook. So it seems, more people have listened, but Starr Radio UK Facebook page will be back on quickly. But for now, if you'd like to join our Starr Radio UK, you can go on Archie Amon, ARCHIE, Amon, HAMMOND, and that way you'll be able to also have your comment readout as well. But also you can also follow Starr Radio UK on our YouTube channel, which is a Starr Radio UK channel. We're also live on Twitter. This is where you'll be able to monitor and follow all the events over the weekend, while the technical team are trying to resolve the main Starr Radio UK Facebook page. You can also follow us downloading our apps, and that way you will never miss whatever is coming up on Starr Radio UK 7 days a week, 365 days a year. For me, I'll be coming off now, but I'll be back again Monday morning, if time permits. But for now, keep safe. May Nigeria not happen to you over the weekend.
Okay, Yomi, let me say thank you very much, and may Nigeria not happen to you as well here. All right then, yes. Well, listeners, that has been Mr. Olayomi bringing you updates from Nigeria. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 10 minutes to the top of the hour, and it is the Friday edition of the morning show. We're going to take a quick break. We come back and we'll look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe, and then as I said, we're finishing at 12:30, so the money hour will not come on, but we have a few other stories that we need to look at, and we're going to be doing so. But feel free, share your posts, post your comments, whatever you want to do, and I promise you we're going to be looking at it. Stay tuned and don't you go away.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy. Welcome back to the program. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. 6 minutes to the top of the hour at a time, the morning show. All right, then. Now let's move on to some of the other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world. I remain yours sincerely, the one and only Archie here. Okay, so now moving on straight to some other stories making the rounds on the African continent. Well, in Ghana, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh says, I get sad when people blame Bawumia for our economic woes. Now, he is the head of the economic management team. Okay? So if things are not going right or things are going pear-shaped, who should be blamed for it? Me? No. So the question or the issue is, what is the government doing about that? What is government doing about that? Let me bring you details of that in a moment. Just stay tuned. Let me bring you details of that story that is making the rounds. Now, the Minister of Energy, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, has questioned why people blame Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia for Ghana's economic woes. Now, Matthew Opoku Prempeh, who doubles as Member of Parliament for Menchia South, stated in an interview that now he always gets sad when Dr. Bawumia comes under criticism for being the head of Ghana's economic management team. According to him, Dr. Bawumia is not blamed. It's not to blame because the economic management team is the only committee in government described as a team. Hence, the team is not an individual affair. So he wants us to say that, well, the economic management team has failed Ghanaians. Is that what he wants us to say? Well, it goes on further to say, I get sad when people blame Vice President Bawumia because that's the only committee that's called a team. When you get to cabinet, we have social infrastructure committee and other. But when we reach the economy, we say economic management team. So we appointed experts on the team. So who are the experts there? Do we want to name them all and blame them all for misguiding us as a country, or what? He noted that the New Patriotic Party is the only political party that, when in power, implements policies that give relief to Ghanaians as well as bring about national development. Mr. Opoko, Matthew Opoko Prempeh, Doctor, asked the citizenry to bear with the government and promise them that NPP will take Ghana out of the IMF for us to get our relief. Really? I beg, come again. I beg, come again. But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. A former General Secretary of the governing New Patriotic Party, Mr. Kwabena Ejapon, has indicated publicly that he intends to run for president on the party's ticket in the 2024 general election. Now today I want to make it clear, as soon as the party allows for nomination to be filed for the flag bearer of the party, I will file, he said, on Wednesday. Now, the party has rules and regulations, and we don't need to jump the gun. And when the time comes, you will know the warmth of the youth, because my message resonates with them. Do you think he's got a dog's chance for running as president of the country, or the flag bearer of the party? Looking at the big hooks like Alan Cash and Dr. Bawumia, let me say they are the forerunners. And knowing that Kennedy Japan has also thrown his hat into the ring, what do you think is going to happen when it comes to Kwabena Ejapon? Well, we'll be following them very closely and we'll see what happens from that front. But it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. 2 minutes to the top of the hour. Now, let me bring you another story before a couple of stories from Ghana, and then we can bring the updates from Ghana to a close as well. Okay, so we're moving on straight to that story. Now, a former chairperson for the Electoral Commission has advised the outfit against using the National Identification Card, popularly known as the Ghana Card, as the sole requirement for voting in the 2024 election. According to Dr. Kweju Afari-Jan, millions of qualified electorate will be disenfranchised by the decision. In an interview, he said many Ghanaians are finding it difficult to get their Ghana Card, thus making it the only form of identification for voter registration was against electoral inclusivity, fairness, and justice. Now, Ghanaian citizens don't lose their citizenship if they are 18 years or old, but do not have the Ghana card. So the moot question is, why make the Ghana card the only means of identification for purposes of establishing eligibility to register to vote, he queried. Now, Dr. Afari-Jan was sharing his thoughts in a statement made available to Graphic Online on a new constitutional instrument on voter registration, which has been laid before Parliament by the EC. In July, the EC placed before Parliament a draft CI titled Public Elections Register of Voters Regulation 2021, which is expected to regulate continuous voter registration. Now, per the new CI, the EC is seeking to make the Ghana card the sole form of identification for eligible voters who want to get onto the electoral roll. The CI has been referred to the Subsidiary Legislation Committee of Parliament. By convention, the committee is chaired by a member of the minority group. However, Even before the EC laid the new CI before Parliament, the opposition in National Democratic Congress accused the EC of planning to compile a new voters register for 2024 general election with the Ghana card as the only sole document. But I think from some other stories that I've read, they've come out to debunk that statement, saying that they're not going to do that, but it's the continuous registration, and those who want to do so, or those who become of age, who are supposed to show the Ghana card before they are registered. So I think that will solve the issue out, wouldn't it? But some of the view that no, and a former chair of the commission has come out to say no, that will not work. The minority leader in Parliament, Haruna Idrisu, said any move by the EC to compile a new voters register with a Ghana card solely as a mode of identification will not be bode well for the country, especially when the EC had already expended huge sums of money to compile a new register, which was used for the 2020 general election. So that means that every election that we're going to have, we have to compile, do a new compilation of the register. If that is what their intention is, then that is, I mean, we are wasting resources of the state, causing financial loss to the state. So why did we do a compilation before the other election and now going on to do another one? But well, it is All Star Radio UK. We'll be following it very, very closely, and we'll bring you more on that front. Do you agree with Afarijan, Dr. Afarijan, on this issue that is saying that no, you're going to disenfranchise millions of Ghanaians? How would that happen as well? If I've already voted, I've already registered, okay. Unless, of course, they're going to say that you have to now, before you're going to vote, though you have your voter's ID, you have to come with your Ghana card. So you have both cards to authenticate that, genuinely, I'm a Ghanaian and I've got a right to vote as well. Do you think that will pan out well? What kind of election do you think we're going to be having there? But it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. 3 minutes past the top of the hour, the time, the morning show, the program. I am yours sincerely, the one and only Archie. Now let's quickly open the lines, because we've got about another 27 minutes to bring the first part of the program, or the program, to a close. My apologies for that. It is 0208-133-2257 or 58. 0208-133-2257 or 58. US or Canada is 0017183032737. 0017183032737. Text or WhatsApp is 0753-966-1744. 0753-966-1744. Our Twitter handle is Starr Radio UK, and email address is info@starradiouk.com. Stay tuned. Don't you go away. Now, in another story on the African continent that pertains to elections, once again, this time around, one of the biggest, that is Kenya. Now, Raila Amolo Odinga, a veteran Kenyan political leader and one-time prime minister, has long cast himself as an anti-establishment firebrand, despite belonging to one of the country's top political dynasties. But his decision to strike an alliance with his arch-rival, President Uhuru Kenyatta, and secure the ruling party's backing as he vies yet again for the top job in August 9 election, risks taking the shine of his brand. The Kenyatta and Odinga families have dominated Kenyan politics since the country won independence. Since the independence from Britain in 1963. So, are they the political dynasty that we have? Is either Odinga or Kenyatta who have to be ruling? Is that what we want to do? Now, Uhuru Kenyatta's father, Jomo, was the East African nation's first president, while his rival Jaramogi Odinga, Raila's father, served as vice president. Now 77, Raila Odinga's early years in politics saw him spend much of his time in prison or in exile as he fought for democracy during the autocratic rule of President Daniel Arap Moi. A member of the Luo tribe, he entered parliament in 1992 and ran unsuccessfully for the presidency in 19 97. Now, 2007, 2013, and 2017, claiming to have been cheated of victory in the last 3 elections. In 2007, polls in particular, which many independent observers also considered deeply flawed, cast long shadow over Kenyan politics, unleashing a wave of ethnic violence that pitted tribal groups against each other and cost more than 1,100 lives. Now, few therefore expected Odinga and Kenyatta to shake hands and draw a line under decades of victorial in March 2018. Known universally as the handshake, the pact stand Odinga's colleagues and supporters, effectively leaving Kenya without an opposition. Now, when Kenyatta, a two-time president who cannot run for a third term, endorsed Odinga for the presidency earlier this year, observers speculated that Kenya's best-known agitator had traded his autonomy for a chance to be in power. Odinga has hit out at the claims, telling a press conference earlier this month that Kenyans know what I am, an independent person, that I am a person of conscience and a very strong conviction. I cannot be somebody else's stooge or candidate. Now, Odinga's elevation came at the expense of Kenya's deputy president, William Ruto, who found himself sidelined as the erstwhile foes drew closer. It also came loaded with risks for the veteran leader, with Ruto now positioning himself as a politician looking to upend the status quo and stand up for the hustlers trying to make ends meet in a country ruled by dynasties. Now, Raila is quite conscious that a lot of support he enjoys is because he has been an anti-establishment figure for so long, said Gabriel Lynch, a professor of comparative politics at the University of Warwick. The handshake has undermined that narrative, she said. Odinga, who was born in January 7, 1945, and is fondly known as Baba or Daddy in Swahili, is now caught in a complex balancing act. So will he be able to stand up for other people as he was standing up for, call it the oppressed, and representing them and doing all sorts to champion their cause? Will he be able to do that? Or is it the end for him? And what do you think about that? Why didn't he maybe nominate somebody? Maybe take somebody, as we say in Africa, put him on his lap and let that person, rather a younger person, take the reins of government. So somebody will know that it's not that you are bent on becoming a president, but that you want the interests of the country as a whole. 77 years? Well, somebody will say, well, there are others who are more than that, yet running for president. Which other countries can you name? Well, it is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And will this election be a peaceful one when it comes to Kenya? All right. Now, let's move on straight to some other stories. Now, countries could face consequences if they trade in U.S. sanctioned commodities, U.S. ambassador is saying. Let me give you more on that front. The South Africa Advocacy Group defends migrant rights of access to public health, and Senegal's ruling coalition loses parliamentary absolute. Let me bring you that one, and then we bring the update to our close. Now, in Senegal, it is the first time since the West African nation's independence in 1960 that the ruling party's group loses its absolute majority in parliament. It will have rely on other forces of parliament to pass legislation. The opposition had hoped that the election will impose a cohabitation or divided government on Sall and curb any ambitions he may have for a third term, and it seems to have succeeded. The main opposition coalition, Yahweh Askani, we won 56 seats while its ally Wallo Senegal won 24 seats. So some 7 million Senegalese were eligible to vote in the election in order to choose between 8 coalitions. The Interior Ministry said the participation rate was 47%. The ruling coalition, which includes South Party Alliance for a Republic and other parties, lost 43 seats from the 125 it secured in 2017. According to local media, the opposition gained ground, particularly in urban areas, and 3 other seats were won by 3 small coalitions who could serve as kingmakers. For the final result to be declared by the Constitutional Council, the competing coalition will be given time to voice any concerns. I will see what happens from there. Will they have a peaceful transition? Well, it is all Starr Radio UK, or the ruling government will think that whoa. If we don't do something about it, that is the end of us. What do you think? It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, in South Africa. Now, South Africa arguably boasts the highest standard of healthcare on the continent, where everyone can access public healthcare. However, access to public facilities comes at a cost of over around $300 for some foreigners. Now, human rights organizations like Section 27 and lawyers for human rights in the country have been receiving an influx of complaints from foreign nationals saying they are being denied access to health care. Now, Zweli, a Zimbabwean national who seeks anonymity out of a fear of victimization, was shot on the leg in December while walking back from his part-time job. He says he experienced medical exclusion but was saved by a good Samaritan who negotiated with doctors to get him emergency treatment. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. My apologies for that. Some information coming through, and therefore I was just looking at that and rather reading those ones. But don't you worry. Yes. If you have a share, you have a say, you have a share, feel free to do so. And let's continue with these updates coming your way from Starr Radio UK. Now, the final one from the African front. South Sudan has extended transitional government by 2 years. Now, South Sudan's unity government has announced a 2-year extension of the post-Civil War transitional period due to end in 2023 in their new roadmap to the peaceful deal denounced by some foreign sponsors. After the lengthy deliberations, the committee agreed to extend transition period by 24 months. Government Affairs Minister Martin Ila Lumoro announced to diplomats, President Salva Kiir and First Vice President Riek Machar on Thursday, August the 4th. A new roadmap has been agreed, he added, explaining that the decision has been taken to address the challenges that are hampering the implementation of the peace agreement. The end of the transitional period was scheduled for 2022 after several postponement, but was pushed back to February 2023 due to the lack of progress on many provisions of the peace agreement that ended a bloody 5-year civil war between sworn enemies Riek Machar and Salva Kiir in 2018. The conflict had left nearly 400,000 people dead and millions displaced. To what end? Well, it is all Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Also, looking at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe. Now, Taiwan Foreign Minister defends U.S. Speaker's visit. Well, we know the Chinese have gone bonkers on that front, but we're going to be bringing you more on that front. Russia undermining safety of Ukraine plant. That's what the UK is saying there. And Thailand nightclub fire kills at least 14 people. Hungry urban fires up Texas conservatives. Yes, and 4 critically hurt by lightning near White House. Whoa, that's a strange one there. But let me bring you this story first. Brittany Griner, a U.S. U.S. is urging Russia to accept deal to free jailed basketball star. The U.S. has argued Moscow to accept. My apologies. Has urged Moscow to accept a deal to free basketball player Brittany Griner, who has been sentenced to 9 years in Russia prison. Now, the double Olympic winner was convicted of possessing and smuggling drugs after admitting to possessing cannabis oil. Now, White House National Security spokesman John Kirby said the U.S. offer was a serious proposal but gave no details. On Friday, Russia Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said Moscow is ready to discuss the topic. Now, U.S. media reports suggest Washington is offering a prisoner swap involving a Russian army trafficker. Now, Victor Bout, known as the Merchant of Death, is serving a 25-year prison sentence in the U.S. He could be transferred by Washington to Russian authorities in exchange for Griner and a former U.S. Marine Paul Whelan, the report have said. Now, Whelan, who has a U.S., British, Canadian, and Irish passport, was sentenced in 2020 to 16 years in jail in Russia after being convicted of spying. Mr. Kirby told reporters that the duo were being wrongfully detained and needed to be let go. On the subject of U.S. proposal, Mr. Kirby said, "We urge them to accept it. They should have accepted it weeks ago when we first made it." You know, one thing that worries me, those of us who like traveling a lot, okay, yes, I'm one of you, we love traveling a lot. Now, you know, when you're going to some of the countries, can we do diligence to their do's and don'ts? Because at times we go there and looking at, well, I live in Great Britain and there is freedom of speech and there's freedom of that and there's freedom of that, and we go there and we want to just pretend the same thing, and then we find ourselves at the wrong side of their law. Okay, now we're talking about some Russia. You know, I'm sure that whatever is going on is all because of this Ukrainian war and the sanctions that have been placed, and the fact that they will want to use something that they go. My apologies. Someone that is more is also important. Call it American, that they can use as a form of barter to get their person who has been incarcerated in the U.S. Back to Russia as well. So that's. But at times I tell people that, look, why do you even go to that particular place, knowing that when you go there, it's like people saying that they want to go to what do you call this country? I've forgotten the name. The name will come. Bangkok. Then I going to Bangkok. That is the capital. Then I going to Bangkok, and then you'll be having maybe some drugs that you want to personally use, and you know it is against the law. Yet we want to do it, and then we do it, and we find ourselves at the wrong side of the law. Why don't we try to do diligence and find out? How is it that people think at times that they think they can play fast with them? Some are not as liberal as some of the nations that we live in are. You go to some of these Arab nations and you go, you want, oh yes, after me, this is how we are. We are free people, and therefore we are doing that. You can be free in your own country, but not when you go to some other country. So at times I ask myself, why do they even do that? Or is it addiction? I don't know, honestly. Well. Somebody tell me, would I be a bad prime minister or president? No, if we have to come for you, we'll come for you. Yes? Delta Force 3, who knows? Well, it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. I know some of them do it such that they just because they want to ruffle the feathers of some of the nations, they'll just go on that path. But what do you think about that? I'd love to hear what you say about that. Okay, one other story making around before the Russian forces at Ukraine Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant have likely undermined the security and safety of the plant operation. The UK Defense Ministry is saying Europe's largest nuclear plant has been under Russian control since March, but it is still operational. The UK Defense Ministry says Russian troops are probably using the plant as a shield to deter Ukrainian attack. The UN nuclear watchdog has warned the plant is completely out of control. The nuclear plant lies in the southeast of Ukraine, along the eastern bank of the Dnipro River, and it's currently still being operated by Ukrainian employees, though Russia is occupying the plant and the region around it. It consists of 6 pressurized water reactors and stores radioactive waste. Now, do you think that knowing that, well, this is where we are, and because we are holding on to that, you will not strike us? Do you think that they want to give in and just say, oh, look, we are living it so that you can now strike them? They wouldn't do so. I mean, these are war tactics that people are trying to use. But, well, can we see peace around the world? Well, maybe one day, but not now. Well, when you talk about peace, well, China and Taiwan, Joseph Wu defends U.S. Speaker Pelosi's visit. Now, Taiwan's foreign minister has defended U.S. Speaker Nancy Pelosi's brief but controversial trip to the island in an exclusive interview. Now, Joseph Wu condemned the large-scale military exercise that China began around the island on Thursday. He said Ms. Pelosi's visit was extremely significant, and China's response will not stop democratic politicians being invited to Taipei. Now, Mr. Wu also warned that China's territorial aims go far beyond Taiwan. For the past 6 years, Mr. Wu has been the public face of Taiwan's campaign for the greater international recognition. He negotiated Nancy Pelosi's visit, and he is now dealing with its rather frightening aftermath. But Taiwan's foreign minister is not about to apologize. The whole point of Ms. Pelosi's trip was to bring attention to this often forgotten and little understood island. Now, China sees Taiwan as a breakaway province that will eventually be under Beijing's control again. However, Taiwan sees itself as an independent country, and any hint of recognition of this by world leaders enrages China. It announced on Friday that sanctions have been placed on Ms. Pelosi and her family over the visit. Now, China has long been trying to isolate Taiwan internationally, Mr. Wu says. For an important leader like Speaker Pelosi to have the opportunity to visit Taiwan is very significant to raise the profile of Taiwan and to allow the international community to understand that Taiwan is a democracy. He is quick to add that it is not Taiwan that has fomented this crisis, it is Beijing, he says, that is trying to change the rules. We want to maintain the status quo, he says, which is that Taiwan has no jurisdiction over mainland China, and the People's Republic of China has no jurisdiction over Taiwan. That is the reality. But they see Taiwan as a breakaway state that they want to scoop. Well, if they can they drag the island close to the mainland? That'll be interesting. Well. It is Starr Radio UK. But we see the military exercises that are going on there. It is Starr Radio UK. We're going to bring the first part of the program to a close, as I did say earlier on. Now, moving on straight to my namesake, Archie Battersby's case. The family has refused permission. Family refused permission for hospice move. The family of 12-year-old Archie Battersby cannot move him to a hospice for withdrawal of treatment, a high court has ruled. His family applied for permission after the European Court of Human Rights refused a request to delay the withdrawal of life-sustaining support. Now, Archie's mother wanted him in a peaceful hospice to say goodbye after a long legal battle. I think the hospital can get him a side room where the family can go and have that time with him there. What about that? Now, Archie, who is being treated at the Royal London Hospital, was found unconscious at home in Southend, Essex, on the 7th of April. His mother believes he may have been taking part in an online challenge and might have whether suffocated himself or whatever they did that. But so if you have your child, and especially when the children are now on holidays taking turns in challenges and stuff like that, please be very, very careful. Things can go wrong, and when it goes wrong, it goes very wrong, like what we are saying now. Look, I mean, can you just imagine what the family is going through now? He stood his ground to decide that I'm not going to do what my friends or people around me were pushing me to do. Do you think that the family will find themselves there? But somebody say he's a young boy and peer pressure pushed him. Maybe he's a daredevil, let me put it that way. He wanted to do something about it, and that is what has ended his life this way. But well, the information is that the family has been refused permission for a horse-pace move. Well, we don't know what is going to happen when the withdrawal of the treatment is going to be done, and then when he's going to pass on. But whatever it is, we say that to the family, our condolences, and may so rest in perfect peace at the moment. Let me put it that way. May he be allowed to go in peace, not in pieces. All right, then. Starr Radio UK, a final story, and then we bring the program to a close. Now, Truss and Sunak row over bank recession warning. Now, can you just imagine who is going to be taking over the reins as the Prime Minister, which at the moment looks more to do or more of Liz Truss? But the question here is looking at some of the policies that she's trying to put across, and that's quickly, after he's being criticized of it, quickly does U-turns. Do you think that she's got a clue what to do when it comes to the economy? Somebody would say that it's not her per se, but she has to get experts on that field to do so. Now, what about Rishi Sunak, who has been there? He introduced a lot of things, a lot of schemes during the pandemic to make sure that businesses are afloat, people are catered for, blah 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 blah. It's to help and all that. You remember all those things back in the day? Yeah. Do you think that he is the person who'll be the better person to hold the fort when it comes to the economy? I want to know what you think about all that. But it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. But the Tory leadership rivals Liz Truss and Rishi Sunak have set out competing plans to deal with the economic recession forecast by the Bank of England in their latest TV class. Ms. Truss said a recession was not inevitable if bold actions was taken. But Mr. Sunak said the Foreign Secretary's unfounded tax cuts will pour fuel on the fire of inflation. The bank's gloomy forecast of a recession this year loomed large in the TV special hosted by Sky. It earlier raised interest rates by the steepest amount in almost 3 decades, from 1.25% to 1.75% in an attempt to curb soaring prices. The inflation rate is forecasted to hit 42-year high, that is 13.3% this year, while the UK economy is expected to shrink for more than a year. The bank said the main reason for high inflation and low growth was rising energy bills driven by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. And that's when I'll say I will never agree to that. I will never understand that. Are they still not drilling oil? Are they still? What percentage is Russia actually drilling? Can't they pump more? Let me leave that to the experts. But that's where I bring the program to a close for today. And I want to say thank you very much for each and every one of you who joined in today to listen to us on this show. But I'll bring you or sign up with this song from my Zongo man, from the Zongo man himself. And he says, well, the problem of Africa is the greed or the lead or the greed people who continues to be bashing us left, right, and center. Have a lovely weekend, and may Nigeria not happen to you wherever you are. Keep yourself safe. See you all on the other side. Bye bye for now.